Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Eric again with Adventures ASMR. Right now on Baloy, Long Beach in Barreto, which I'm still a little confused on it. On Google Maps, it says it's Olongapo, but a lot of people say it's, Barreto. Both of them come up. If you know and you could verify, drop a line in the comments. So basically, Subic Bay area. Bars are back that way up the road, but walking on the beach, it is, I don't know, maybe like almost 6 p.m. 5:30, 6 p.m. Roughly about 90 degrees outside, so somewhere around, I don't know if that's like 32 degrees Celsius or 35 degrees Celsius. Anybody who knows, drop a line in the comments. Hello, sir. But yeah, gonna check out this floating bar. So did a video the other day. I thought if you didn't monetize, it's still learning on the YouTube, so hey, once again, if you can, please like, share, and subscribe. Greatly helps out the channel, but still learning how to use everything. I've never done this before, so essentially I thought if you click demonetize or don't monetize the live feed, that you don't get a ding for the music. Some songs you get a strike for it, basically. I knew that, so I said don't monetize. But some songs, not only will you get a strike, they'll just completely take the video down. So we didn't take the video down. Basically, something was owned by Sony Music Entertainment, and even though it wasn't monetized, it was a no-go, so they took that down. But let's flip the camera around, take a look.
Hello everyone, it's Gene and Eric again with Adventures ASMR. Hope you're all doing well. So it's time for another bar review. Today we will be reviewing something special, the infamous floating bar in Barrio Barreto, Olongapo on Baloy, Long Beach. So the floating bar is an extension of Kokomo's resort and definitely a must-see if you're in the area. By the way, if you would like any further information on our personal uncensored reviews and opinions, please feel free to sign up for our exclusive members-only content. We take the time there to detail and explain everything from carefully choosing and navigating the bars and nightlife scene to where to get some of the best food at the best prices. One-on-one video calls will also be available to further help some of your specific decision-making needs. Full disclaimer, this is our own personal review. If you agree or disagree with our rating, please let us know why in the comments. We would love to hear from you. And you may already know, our overall rating is based on 10 categories, each category worth 10 points, with a total possible score of 100. I'll have a link in the bio and at the end of this video if you'd like to watch some of our other reviews that we've done. Okay, let's go. So if you're planning a trip out here to the Philippines and want the perfect mix of nightlife, bars, and beach, but don't like things to be all hectic, crowded, or crazy, and want just an all-around, more relaxed, slower pace of life, you need look no further than the Olongapo Subic Bay area. So, I've heard a lot of corrections and back and forth in other videos about whether or not this is Olongapo, Subic, or Barreto. It turns out everyone was partially correct. It's Baloy, Long Beach in Barreto, which is one of the 17 barangays in Olongapo and part of the Zambales province, which has a grand total of 230 barangays and located on the island of Luzon. So, just for the record, for those who say it's not Olongapo, it's like making the statement, this is not New York City, this is Manhattan, which is obviously one of the 5 boroughs of New York City, what Philippines would equivocally call barangays. So, I hope I cleared that up for everyone. Don't believe me? Check Wikipedia. Don't like what Wikipedia has to say? Go write them an angry letter about it. Just kidding. But enough on that. Also, you can check on Google Maps. Okay, now on to the review. So, as I stated earlier, the floating bar, to the best of my knowledge, is just simply called the floating bar. I don't think it has any other official name. Makes it simple. When you say it, it can't be mistaken for anything else. And just to reiterate, it's located floating in Subic Bay, name of the actual bay water on the coast of Baloy, Long Beach, not to be confused with the town of Subic Bay, Freeport Zone, or Subic. Slightly confusing, I know. And the bar belongs to Kokomo's resort, The address is Baloy Long Beach, Baloy Long Beach Road, Olongapo, 2200 Zimbales. Okay, let's begin. First category is ambiance and vibe. So I have to say, I really have no complaints here. I'm sure somewhere else in the world, other floating bars exist, but this is the only one I've ever seen that truly is its own mini floating barge. They keep it simple, everything you need, nothing you don't. The bar table itself is located in the center with 360 degrees of service and plenty of couches and tables around the perimeter. From the first time I ever set foot on it, there was always a happy vibe going on. The design is simple enough to remain timeless. 8 out of 10. Second category is cleanliness. I've never had any issues here at all. It's a clean establishment, and that's not to be overlooked, considering any and all the trash needs to be ferried back to mainland to not accumulate on the barge. I often talk about the bathrooms during these reviews, and while it is clean there, it was only designed for number one. If you need to plop down and fire one out, you can take your ass back to mainland and take care of that there. Being everything just goes right into the bay, you don't need people jumping off the back dock, swimming and running into the friends you just dropped off at the pool, so to speak. 9 out of 10. Third category is presentation and design. I would have to say presentation is on point. From the moment you take that mini rope-pulled ferry ride over to the bar, you can see the girls and the staff prepare for your arrival, as you're eagerly greeted with song and dance, along with endless drinks and fun. 9 out of 10. Fourth category is service. Straight to the point here. Service was always great. They are super quick and on point to see when your drink is getting low and quick to bring you a fresh one. 10 out of 10. Fifth category is price. Prices are about the same price as any of the other bars in the Olongapo area, which, needless to say, are extremely reasonable, even for lady drinks, especially when you compare it to the price from the Makati, Manila metro area. 9 out of 10. Sixth category is food and drink. So, I haven't tried their entire menu, but the fact that you do indeed have a menu and you can get food promptly delivered out to you at all without having to call it a day and leave the floating bar is amazing. I'll be honest, I'm not trying to be a pizza snob, but I am from North Jersey, and well, I didn't particularly care too much for the pizza, but I was also in the Marine Corps, so I ate it, no complaints. Like I said, I was just happy to have pizza at all, especially after drinking and swimming all day in the hot sun, and still being able to do so without leaving and stopping the party. I took some videos of the full menu with the prices for everyone to take a look at. 7 out of 10. Seventh category is location. Probably one of the best locations on Baloy Long Beach. It's pretty centralized on that little strip right in the middle. So if you don't choose to stay at Kokomo's resort and choose to stay at a different resort, it's very easy to find and access. It's the only floating bar out there. Can't miss it. 9 out of 10. Eighth category is safety. So, as you know from my other reviews, I base this category on what are the odds something crazy will happen to you right outside the door. And since this place doesn't even have a door, it's impossible for anything bad to happen to you. Joke. But for real, I can't see or think of anything nefarious that could result in someone's injury or bodily harm, aside from one getting too drunk and falling down. But even if you did, it would be in the sand. So let's not be a baby about it. 10 out of 10. Ninth category is amenities. We always try to be fair and judge a place for what it is. And obviously, this place is a floating bar that's floating 50 meters off the coast of the beach. I would say it's a plus that you don't have to swim out or swim back, especially when you're drunk. And they have a rope-pulled ferry with 2 kuyas that will tow you back and forth. You can get drinks, fruit shakes, and food. The bar is railed off around most of the perimeter, but in the back has an open dock area to jump off and swim. When you get back on, it does have fresh water plumbed to it to be able to rinse off the salt water before you go back and lounge around drinking. Also has a bathroom like I stated before, everything you need, nothing you don't. 9 out of 10. 10th category is pros and cons. So let's start with the cons. Being truthfully honest, the only thing I could complain about was the pizza. And once again, not to sound like a pizza snob, but it definitely needed work. I also believe that one should never complain about anything without having at least an idea for a proper and somewhat reasonable solution. I'm just throwing this out there, but for free. I'm talking $0 here. I would not only be honored, but absolutely love to help them make an even slightly better pizza. I realize that supplies, ingredients, and equipment is limited in the area, but I worked at 3 pizza places in my younger years, and I could potentially lend a hand. Well, enough on that. Oh, and one more con. It's only open during their dry season, or beach season. It varies a little bit every year, and I'll get back to you and post the month it opens and closes. But I do wish it was open year-round. I understand for better financial sustainability, most people wouldn't visit during the rain season, and I'm weird, but I know I would still go out there and relax even if it was pouring out. They do have full electric out there and a place you can charge your electronics. So to be able to chill out there in a downpour and edit some videos would actually be enjoyable for me personally. Now for the pros. I think the whole concept of the floating bar is awesome. It's a fun place to go spend the whole day at the beach. Excellent focal point for the day. On the barge, you're in the shade, and when you want some sun or to swim, just jump off for a little while and enjoy, and then return back to the waterproof couches they have there to relax. They also have a bunch of bar girls working there as well. Makes the place more fun, upbeat, and inviting, always keeping the party alive. Between ice-cold drinks and beautiful women and scenery, along with friendly camaraderie amongst the other expats from all over the world, I would give this place a 9 out of 10. And now, onto the total. When you add it all up, I would give it a total score of 89. So, a solid B+ or A-. Being this might be the only true floating bar that's technically a lady bar at the same time and also a hotel resort, I think this is going to be a tough one to beat in Olongapo, and I would highly recommend this to anyone visiting the area. And now, onto some side notes. One thing I want to start off with is it's not mandatory, but it's highly respected when you slip the kuyas that operate the ferry that tow you back and forth a little tip in their box. Yes, I suppose one could avoid the tip by swimming to and from the bar, but just help them out. They're there all day helping you out whenever you want to ride back and forth. Okay, this bar is mainly open during the daytime hours. Sometimes, if the party is going hard, they will extend the hours, but for safety reasons, it closes shortly after dark. Also, let's finally bring up the elephant in the room, and I'm not talking about the mama-san, just kidding. In the video footage, you might notice there's a castle out in the middle of the bay. What is it? Honestly, the internet is slightly lacking when it comes to getting a proper answer on this. It comes up as the Enchanted Castle, and Google does indeed have a picture of it and states it's open 24 hours a day and has great burgers and fries. When you check the Google reviews, some people even talk about the food and drinks, but I feel they mix that up with White Castle Resort. That's close to an hour north of Olongapo, and the Enchanted Castle was built upon an old reef and has been abandoned for a very, very long time. I feel it was possibly built as a small lighthouse or just put there to use as a marker for boats to avoid the large coral outcrop in that area of the bay. If anyone knows more about the history or when it was built, please let us know in the comments. But back to the floating bar. The bar girls that work there are singing, dancing, and drinking in the hot sun all day long for your entertainment. You don't have to bar fine any of them, but if you spend a considerable amount of time there, at least buy some of them lady drinks, or just straight up tip them. It's greatly appreciated, and if everyone that ventured out there gave a little bit, it would collectively go a long way. The floating bar does belong to Kokomo's, and no, you don't have to stay at the resort to partake in the fun. And also, there is no admission fee, so if you venture out there, enjoy and support the business, spend a little money, I would love to see that there as a fixture in the community on Baloy Beach for years to come. And hey, on another completely separate thought, if you're ever in the area and would like to challenge us to a game of pool, shoot us a DM on Instagram or Facebook. Same name as on here, Adventures ASMR, and we would love to make that happen. Maybe even a live video competition, loser buys drinks. And if you're interested in our more in-depth, exclusive private content, or even possible one-on-one online chat or video call to help you plan your ultimate Philippines experience, we would be glad to help. So subscribe to our members only area and check out our different member perks. Well, that's about all I can think of at the moment. If you have any questions on anything or think I left out anything important, let us know in the comments below. Love to hear from you. We greatly appreciate your feedback, and it helps us make each review a little bit better. Also, what was your favorite part of the review? And with that, one more time, I would like to say thanks again for watching. So if you could, please click the like button on the video, share with a friend or family member who can find this type of information useful, and lastly, subscribe. And join our members-only subscriptions with content that's just too spicy for regular YouTube. We're still a new channel, just reaching our 1-year mark. So every little bit totally helps us out. Once again, always remember, life is short, so keep exploring and chasing dreams. We'll catch you on the next one.